Hey Michael, it's JR. So here's what I've done. I've actually taken your building and what I'm looking to do is compare your unit versus the other units that have sold over the last 6 months. And this will give us an idea of exactly how to move forward because we want to be able to value the property the same way that an appraiser would value the property so that can determine how someone would get a loan on the property. So these are all 2 bedrooms, 1.5 baths within a half-mile radius. Similar building style, similar association. I mean, these units are almost identical in every way to your unit. And actually, this one here at 4150 Central, I believe, is actually in the same building as well. So, what I'm going to do is you can see on the low side buildings that have not been taken care of, attention to rehabbers that need some work. I'm going to say that if you decided to sell the building in an as-is condition today, you're probably looking at, so this is, this thing took a little longer to sell. It's 63 days it was on the market. Looks like it just closed here like 2 weeks ago. So this is almost an exact replica of your unit. A similar building, almost similar floors to what you have right now. Very similar layout with things. Similar cabinets, similar appliances. So, I mean, in an as-is condition, your unit's probably worth about 120, 125 to be exact, because this is an exact comp if you never did anything with it. Here's another one that sold, took 284 days. And you can see that this unit, too, has a lot of stuff in it. It actually looks like it's a little bigger. Oak cabinets, stainless steel appliances. So there's, they did a little bit to it, but again, this is your building again, 4150 here, and taxes are relatively low. Associations about the same. So again, I know you'd mentioned the high school, Glenbrook South, which is good there. So here's another one that sold 129, 41 days. So if you again just listed it as is. In its current condition, you're probably, again, this one has carpet versus the Pergo. Everything seems fairly original, nothing painted, nothing changed. So, it's about 125 to 120 because this isn't. This is just the list price. This isn't the sold price. So everyone works off the sold price. So here's what I want to kind of show you as you get in this lower range. So 120 to 125 is what you're going to sell it for. If you're going to do that, I would list it at 124,750 to get it in that bracket. But there's only so many units. Here's one that is active at 130. And 130 means that it's basically overpriced because nobody is interested in this unit. A lot of clutter. It needs to be updated. These cabinets look like they're original. Appliances look like they're original. So this thing was listed for $130,000 and it's been on the market 86 days because of its condition. So obviously, the more work that it needs, the longer it's staying in the marketplace, and there's less buyers that are interested in it. So here's the next good couple things. This one sold here in your building at 136. Looks like they listed it at 138 in 16 days. Sold pretty quickly. This is a top floor unit, so there's no one above there. But what they did is, looks like they got new stainless steel appliances. This is the flooring that I was telling you about. Looks like they did new trim, new paint. Looks like they left the original cabinets, did a new backsplash for things on here. All the trim in the rest of the house stayed like this is the small trim. This is the floor I was kind of telling you about. Everything's nice and clean. You can see that I also put can lights in here, so also a little brighter. Everything's nice and clean. The bathroom looks dated, so this is kind of the same kind of vanity you have. This bathroom, I would probably guess by the looks of it, was put together about 10, maybe 15 years ago, so that's a little bit outdated. But the overall the place is in move-in condition. It's in good shape. It's the same exact building you have. So on a basis, doing everything, you're at 136. I actually think maybe these people could have gone a little bit higher on price and maybe staged it to make it a little bit different. So you can see that there's one unit here that's active at this Cornerstone. It's been on the market 8 days. I will tell you, they got some can lights in here, flooring, old cabinetry. Looks like it's just a little dated. Same thing, white appliances, the same thing that you had. There's no microwave in here. So I'm going to guess that this probably is going to sit a little bit because of those few things. Here's the other things I would say. Here's 700 cobblestone. So this one, actually, this unit, they did a lot more work to it. They listed it at 149. Looks like it's been about 51 days in the marketplace. Newer floors, paint. They also look like they added new appliances, newer cabinets, newer backsplash, nice granite, all new stainless steel appliances with this. Some carpet in the rooms. Looks like they don't have a lot of lighting, so it's not as bright as the other unit. Looks like this bathroom is updated, which makes a difference with things. And it looks like, you know, it went contingent at 149.9. So that's probably, the market is going to bracket things, and people will look at things from 120 to 125, and then probably 125 to 150. So if you kept your price under the 149. Now here's one other property that I saw, which actually is really good. One at 149. So that's kind of this would be the identical one you're shooting for price wise. There's this the contingent one, and then there's one here. So this one, they spent, looks like, over 30K invested to make this condo top notch. They sold this for 157. This was a cash buyer. Looks like they just sold a month ago too. So, well, just a month and a few days ago. But again, this gave a so here's some things I want to point out. These pictures, you could tell just by looking at them, are professional pictures. Much better, much more apparent. Pictures make a big difference because buyers start online. So you can see that these pictures are more crisp, more brilliant, more vibrant. You know, they're just more appealing to the eye. Everything looks nice and clean. The unit, a little darker floor, so that it seems like the darker floors seem to be a little bit more of a interest here because this is a higher price point. The unit's nice and clean and white, very, very bright. See how everything's very bright. The kitchen looks like they got, actually this one's got new appliances, and they did this darker espresso color. So I might consider thinking that you may want to do a darker espresso color in the kitchen. All new appliances, all new cabinets, all new granite. That looks like you have a little better selling point. Looks like, so these cabinets are the ones I was actually telling you. Looks like they come from Petwater. That's the cabinet place that's in Lombard. Very inexpensive, but I think for what we're looking at here, everything's nice and bright, nice and white, nice and clean. Very, very, it's not even the gray. So this, a little bit of bright white is what people are using. So they use a more of a, like a eggshell finish around there. Then they use a flat, little bit brighter white around the unit. And it just looks, you know, nice and clean and crisp in the bathroom. So this whole bathroom has been upgraded too. Everything nice and white like we had talked about, gray vanity. So I think if you upgrade the bathroom and kitchen, you know, you're talking like this property within less than a week with a list price. So you could probably try to mimic this. You know, my guess is you're probably going to need about $15,000 to do so. But I think if you spent the $15,000, you know, if you sold it as is, I think you're around 120. If you spend another $15,000, I think you probably get it to where this unit might be at, which my guess is about the 150 to 155 marker on there. So if you invest 15, you'll get your 15 back, and you'll make another 15 on top of that with that. So I would mimic this unit, but again, we're talking about you know, right around $15,000. I'll break it down a little bit more specifics, but you know, this is a very good analysis to what this sold for. We could probably call the agent on that one that's contingent and find out exactly. Oh, actually, no, they didn't. They closed at 157. So listed at 161 and closed. I thought this was contingent. Excuse me. So 157 is the exact price that they got. So we can shoot the target. So professional photos, make everything bright and white, redo the kitchen and bathroom, and I think you can literally, you know, pinpoint the top of the marketplace in this thing in a relatively short period of time, and I think it's important. So everyone wants to buy brand new, brand new, brand new. So, you know, we spend $15,000 on the unit, and again, I'll break that proposal down. We could probably knock that out within the next 2 or 3 weeks in order to do that. I would not list it at the 161. I would list it at 159.9. I would do professional photos. I would do professional layout. I would stage this thing, and I think you'll get top dollar for this thing. So I think, again, if you sold it as is, you're probably getting 120. If you spend if you spend $15,000 on this and spend a little bit more on to stage it, and then also to do that, I think you're going to be right at this marker here. We're just, I'm not looking to reinvent the wheel. This is not something that I came up with. I'm just showing you exactly what the marketplace is taking into consideration. So if you have new cabinets, new bathroom, new unit with bright lighting and professional photos, and I think you can probably squeeze out a little bit more with staging stuff, that you can get to this almost to this 160 marker. Somebody's obviously got the 157 because it's sold. Somebody was willing to pay for it. So that's what the market is absorbing. So hopefully this was a good analysis. This will help you out. But this is exactly what I think you're going to get out of your unit, which I think is super important. So Michael, thank you very much. This is an in-depth analysis. So on an as-is condition, you're probably looking at 120. To get it in this condition, you're going to spend about $15,000 with appliances, granite, cabinets, paint, flooring, kitchens, kitchen cabinets, and then a finished bathroom. So if the unit's completely finished and brand new, you're probably looking more at this 160 marker. So I think it's definitely worth the time, the energy, and effort in order to put that extra $15,000, because you'll get that money back, and then you'll double your investment on simply spending a little bit of money. So again, hope this helps out. I'm going to send this to you right now, and then we'll talk. I'll send you a proposal for the breakout, and we'll go from there. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.